there are some properly spicy matchups in round 3 of the Champions Cup. Let me run you through the weekend's rugby. 12 big games that are on the way from tonight, Friday, through Saturday, and games on Sunday as well. And like I say, there's some games that have got history and edge and important points on the line in the quest, not just for qualification for the playoffs, but for a good seed to try and get a home advantage, maybe for the round of 16 and beyond. So big games, important points, and the premier club competition in the world is back on the map. And now we have all the teams announced, I can go through it. I've been waiting for the Leinster team. They were the last team to announce. Finally, it's come. So here we go. I'll make my predictions. Let me know what you think about these games, what you're excited about, how do you think it's going to go in the comments down below. Give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe. I won't spend too long discussing Glasgow Racing because by the time you're watching this video, it could well already be underway or have even happened because it's only a few hours away as I record this. This is a fixture we last saw in 2016. It was a home win on that occasion, and I'm expecting Glasgow to get the points in this one. The URC champions have gone full bore. Jack Dempsey is out injured. The only main guy that they're losing, Racing 92, bit of a basket case this year. Key injuries to guys like Owen Farrell. And they've got a lot of good players of Racing 92. They just don't look like a team. So my prediction for this one, Glasgow by 16 points. Quite a bold call. And yeah, I've got a few bold calls that I think I've made. You may well disagree. Stormers versus Sale Sharks. This is the early kickoff Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. UK time. So what's that? 2 p.m. France. And in Cape Town, that'll be 3 p.m. Oh, it's going to be nice and warm there, isn't it? On the south coast. I went there in the winter. Apparently, it's a lovely time of year to go now. So yes, we have got, well, they played this fixture against each other about a year ago. It was in January last year. 31-24 it was that day to the Stormers. Sale Sharks, well, they've got nearly as many South African players as the Stormers have. All 3 of the Dupree brothers are playing. You've got Hiron Andrews, Ernst van Rijn are also playing. Sale Sharks have taken as strong a team as they can. I think they've even got really good players that aren't involved. And when you look at the Stormers, yes, Evan Ruiz is back on the bench. Ben Loader and Dave Ewers are in, who are well known to English rugby fans. But they do have Marnie Libbok, but they are missing some key men. Still no Sasha, no Damien Willemse. Franz Malherbe is there in the pack, which is going to help. I think it's going to be really close. I mean, the bookies have got the Stormers as favourites. I don't know why. I'm in Manchester right now where Sale Sharks are from. I know they're not very good on the road, but I know how massively motivated they are. Can they get I've made my prediction. I'm already kind of regretting it and thinking actually the Stormers are going to win this one by a cut. Point is, I think it's going to be really, really close. Exeter Chiefs against Bordeaux. This one will not be close. A game that was last played between these two teams in 2016. And on that occasion, Exeter Chiefs won away in Bordeaux. I'm afraid on this occasion, Bordeaux are winning away in Exeter. Bordeaux have won both of their games so far. They're in that battle with Toulouse to come top seed in their pool, get home advantage and all the rest of it. So they're going to be motivated not just to win, but to win well. They've got Louis BL on the bench. No Johnny Gray, one of the few players they're missing. But other than that, kind of as strong as possible. Exeter have picked as strong a team as they can, but they just haven't been very good this year. A famous victory for Exeter Chiefs? Maybe. I've gone for a 24-point win for Bordeaux. Although Bordeaux away from home in the cold. It is cold in the UK at the minute. Certainly not like the southwest of France. Maybe it'll be a bit closer than that, but anyway, I've gone for that. On to one of the games I'm most excited about. There's a few standout moments this weekend. This is one of them. Toulouse and their Champions Cup winners go into the home of the Challenge Cup winners with all of those Springbok internationals. It's just a shame when the teams have been announced. We knew there would be no Apaleli Fassi or Andre Esterhazen for the Sharks. That was huge. But no Eben Etzebeth. That's such a blow. I was so looking forward to seeing Etzebeth against Miafu. And I think, I don't know, I already thought Toulouse would edge it. But now I think that's such a massive player for them. I just think Toulouse might romp this one. The conditions could be important. High humidity, high heat. But these Toulouse players are class. So Jacques Willis is at number 8 opposite Sir Khaleesi. That's a pretty cool matchup. But yeah, I mean, it was 54 points to 20 in April when they played each other in Toulouse. I think Toulouse will win this one by a couple of scores at least in this one, maybe 2 or 3 scores. But we'll see. It'd be boring if rugby games were played on paper. Fortunately, they're not, and we just have no idea how it's going to go. Let me know if you disagree. Another game that is a standout moment, partly because of the history between these two teams. I remember the game in 2019, just full-blooded. And it was Saracens who got a narrow win that day, something like 15-9. And I could see it going the same way, where these teams could kind of cancel each other out a little bit. Both teams can play really good rugby, and it could bust open. But I think this could be quite tight and tense, particularly in the first half. Kicks from Jack Crowley could be important. They're at home. I think the bookies have them as narrow favourites. I'm going to go along with that. I think it's going to be really, really close. One thing that the Champions Cup has been missing, and I talked about this on a video previously when reviewing the first 2 rounds, there haven't been enough close games. There's been way too many blowout victories with teams sending weak sides and mismatches. I hope that's not going to be the case this weekend. For the most part, teams are sending strong sides to their games away. Saracens certainly are. They're going to be highly motivated to try and win. They've got 2 wins currently. Munster need a win at home. And I just think with that home crowd, Thomond Park, there we go. Stade Francais against Northampton. Talking about needing a win, Northampton have got 2 of them and already have one really good win on the road away in Pretoria. And they can go away to Paris and make it 2 wins on the road. Stade Francais, who are not doing well in the top 14, have picked the strongest team they can. I mean, when you look at their bench, they've got Brad Webber, Louis Carbonell and Joe Marchant on the bench. To give you an idea, they've got some international experience and quality on their bench. They have picked as strong a team as they can, which I'm pleased about. I thought they might just throw the game. They're clearly going for it. The last time these 2 teams played, it was in 2017. Saints won on that occasion by a single point. I think this is going to be close as well. I could see Saints winning this one. I don't know why. I've just gone Stad by a few, by 7, I've said. I think it will be a home win at Welford Road. I am going to be working on this game, by the way. So keep an eye out for, well, you might just see my wrist or hear my voice. If you're unlucky, you'll see my mug as well. Leicester Tigers against Ulster is the late kickoff on Saturday evening. And 2 former winners of this title, but 2 teams that are not in quite the same place they were when they won it. Leicester Tigers, they've only won 1 of their last 4 games, and that was against the Sharks in the Champions Cup, the last win. And Ulster, well, it's a totally changed team under Richie Murphy. Young guys all over the park. Not a lot of pedigree or experience, a lot of talent and potential, but will they have enough? That said, Leicester Tigers, whilst they've picked a lot of big international players, Andre Pollard's at 10, Julien Montoya's at hooker, there is no George Martin, there is no Ollie Chesham. Youngsters like Finn Carnduffer coming in with an opportunity. He's going to be opposite Cormac Izuchukwu, who's in the row for Ulster. So a lot of good young talent on show. I think Leicester will win. I've got them by 14. Tell me if you disagree. Castres versus the Bulls, the other late kickoff on Saturday night. This is one of those occasions where I understand why Jake White has brought a weakened side. But I mean, I've got a picture of Elric Lowe there. He's not there in France. Nor's Marco van Staden, Nor's Vilko Lowe, or Cameron Hanekom, or Grobelaar, Aka van der Merwe, Ruan Norkia, Willy Leroux, Johan Usen, David Creel. The list goes on. I mean, they've just sent the second choice team. Still got some handy players there, but Castres at home have gone full bore and they're really good in front of their home crowd. They're going to win. I've got Castres by 14 and the Bulls to basically be out of the competition pretty much, although they do have a home game to finish. And now, this game we haven't seen since 2012, which surprised me. Toulon against Harlequins. Quite sexy teams, this. West London against the south coast of France on the Riviera there. I mean, it's going to be, hopefully there'll be sunshine, it'll be dry, good conditions in Toulon, and you'll get the best out of Baptiste Sarens. and Marcus Smith. And all of the Vainikolo, all the other box office talents that there are there. There is a bit of English flavour to Toulon, which just adds a bit of spice as well, with Kyle Sinclair and Dave Ribbons and Lewis Ludlam all starting for the men in red at the Stade Mayol. Quins, it's a big one. Luke Northmore, Oscar Beard, Caden Murley. Could one of them get in, or more of them get into the England squad? Alex Dombrandt, could he be playing for his place with Tom Willis playing so well? He's going to be motivated. This is a big, big match. I'm going for Toulon to win by 9. They've been in good form in the top 14 and I expect them to carry it on. What about this? We've seen 2 Champions Cup finals with these 2 teams. No love lost. Massive rivalry. Ronan O'Gara, who's a Munsterman, who has a natural dislike for Leinster as it is. Just so many storylines wherever you look on this park. So many great matchups on this park. Tyg Furlong is back for Leinster. He's up against Dewini Antonio, who's back for, well, not back, but is in for La Rochelle. Aldrit against Doris. We're going to see those 2 play against each other in the Six Nations. How do they get on in club colours? It's a shame there's no James Lowe or Hugo Keenan. But you look at the bench for Leinster and they've got Geordie Barrett there. They've got R.G. Sneeman there. They've got Andrew Porter on the bench. I think that might be to make sure they finish strong. Andrew Porter on the bench, finish strong rather than fall off a cliff a little bit. They can always bring Porter on after 20 minutes if Cian Healy's getting pumped. But it's a little bit trickier to bring Cian Healy on and then bring Porter back on. So I think that might be what's going on. And is that a negative move from Leinster or is that kind of positive? I guess Jacques Nienaber with South Africa has got plenty of experience about being creative with the bench. Can La Rochelle do it in front of their home crowd? I just cannot wait for this game. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going for Leinster winning on the road by 9 points, even without a few key men in their back line particularly. Bristol Bears against Benetton. This is one of those fixtures we have not... we've never seen it before. Bristol Bears against Benetton. Bristol, talk about missing key men. AJ McGinty just makes them tick. They're not the same team without him. And Benetton are bringing almost an Italian international team, supplemented by guys from other nationalities like Thomas Gaggio, Argentinian. I've just got a feeling about Benetton sneaking this one. Bristol seem to be better on the road than at home. And to finish off, the evening kickoff on Sunday, Bath against Clermont Auvergne, a game we haven't seen in 5 years. When that was the case, Clermont absolutely battered Bath, but that was at the Stade Marcel Michelin. This one is at the Rec in Bath. Bath flying high in the Premiership, looking really strong, wanting to bounce back from that narrow defeat last week. Highly motivated. Clermont, not very good on the road, but Clermont have brought their big guns. Patheli Yato is there. Marcos Kremer is there. Baptiste Jonot, look out for him, the scrum half. He's absolutely class. Clermont are clearly going for this. They're doing well in the top 14. They've got a big, nasty, horrible pack. That's what La Rochelle had when they came to Bath and managed to win. I think Bath will win this one, though. I've got Bath winning by 9 to finish off what should be an absolutely awesome weekend of rugby. So looking forward to Leinster La Rochelle. So looking forward to Sharks against Toulouse. Munster v Saracens. And the rest of the rugby's not too shabby either. All gets underway in just a few hours, Glasgow v Racing. So I better get this video up so you can watch it and then we can get on with watching the rugby. I'll be bringing you reaction to the games as it happens through the weekend. So give the thumbs up on the video, hit subscribe, leave your comment. See you on the next one.